Hey guys, this is Steli Efti with Closeout. Just a few weeks ago, I actually noticed one of our sales guys do something incredibly creative in the way that he was demoing our product and ultimately close the customer. And I wanted to share that technique with you on how to take your product demo and turn it into a sales machine to close more people and how to get more creative about the way that you actually sell to people. So Close.io is a sales communication software. Think CRM just with communication at its core, right? We allow people to make calls right out of the app. We allow people to send emails and communicate with customers right out of the app. So we empower inside sales teams to communicate more, communicate better, and with that, close more deals and make more sales. A tiny little part of the product, there's obviously tons and tons of features and functionalities. It's pretty powerful. But one little part of it is that when you are actually on a prospect page in Close.io, there's a little box that allows you to create an opportunity or multiple opportunities for that particular customer or prospect. And the opportunity box has just a couple of very simple things that you can select when you're deciding what kind of an opportunity you're going after with that customer. You can say what the status of the opportunity is. You can set a confidence level. How likely is it to actually close that customer? You can set a dollar value that you're associated with that opportunity. How much money could you make? How much revenue could that opportunity drive? You can set it if it's like monthly or yearly, and then you can set a time to close. You can estimate how long is it going to take, or when exactly do I think will I be able to close that opportunity, right? Very simple and something that exists with many other software out there. Now, when I demoed our product, I've never really went into detail on showing the opportunity functionality because honestly, frankly, I thought that it's not the most important thing that I needed to highlight. But I saw one of our sales guys just a few weeks ago give a demo, and then at some point in the demo, he stopped and he said, you know what? Let me actually focus on the opportunity page and on the opportunity functionality, sorry. And let me actually show you something very specific. And what the sales guy did is he brought up the prospect's own page in Close.io, showing them, listen, I'm going to show you the page that I'm working with to actually close you as a customer. And as he was doing the screen share and the demo of the product, he brought up their page and showed them kind of the timeline of all the communication, all the calls they had, all the email communication they had. And then he said, I want you guys to focus on one little box here. I'm going to show you how to create an opportunity. And he opens the opportunity box and he says, listen, here's where opportunities are created, won, and lost. And because we don't have any fancy video editors, I actually printed out that little box just to make this a little bit more visual. We'll make this really like bootstrapped little, do you see that? Status, confidence level, dollar amount, monthly, estimated close, right? Just to have a visual of like what little box we're talking about in the grand scheme of the application. So he zeroes in on that little box and he says, listen, here's where you create opportunities. I have you guys in my Close.io account as an active opportunity, right? What is the confidence level that you guys have that you're ultimately going to buy the product? And when I heard that, I was like, whoa, wait a second, let me stop doing what I'm doing right now, turn on, actually pay attention here, because something interesting is happening. So back to the sales guy, he gives the demo and he says, you know what? You are an active opportunity in my Close.io account. Let me actually show you. What would you say? What is the confidence that I should have that you're going to end up buying Close.io? Nice question, right? So they get back to him and they say, you know what? We actually really like it. We think that we're around 70%. He's like, cool, let me actually change it. And he changes the little confidence meter and goes from 50% whoop, all the way up to 70%. It says, that's pretty exciting. I'm happy to hear that. Well, it means that there's still some work to be done for me to actually win you over, but we're on the right path. That's awesome. Now let's go over to the next field. The next field is actually the dollar value. What do you guys think? How many seats of Close.io are you going to buy? Are you going to take our business, enterprise, professional, basic level plan? Let's figure out what the value of this deal is for both parties. And they got back to him and they were like, well, we would probably go with, X amount of business seats because we really want to have the integrated VoIP functionality. We want to be able to send bulk email. So we would go with a business plan. And he quickly did some math and said, you know what? So this would be probably around $1,000 a month. Right? So he puts in 1,000. He says, well, but you guys know that you could pay up front for a year and actually save 10%. Are you guys interested in that? And those guys go, you know what? Yeah, I mean, if we decide to go with this, we'll at least stick around for a year. So we'd go with that option. And he changes it from a $1,000 monthly opportunity, right, to a $10,000 one time or $10,000 annual opportunity, right? So he puts in $10,000 and he's showing this all while he's talking to them. He's sharing his screen and he's changing their opportunity in his own Closeout page. So he's like, all right, so you guys are a $10,000 opportunity annual. That's awesome. Now let's look at the estimated time to close. I should put something in here. What do you guys think? How much time will it take? What are the necessary next steps that we have to take until we arrive at a yes or no, hopefully a yes? You know, what's the timeline? How much longer do you guys think you'll take to make a decision? Those guys went, you know what? The final things are, we really need to just make the final integration with our internal dashboard and see if that works well. And then probably within the next few days, we're going to make a final decision, but it looks really good. So he's like, do you guys think it would be fair to say by Wednesday, you guys are going to know, and we're going to have this deal closed and wrapped up and figured out together? They're like, yeah, we think that's reasonable. So he puts in the estimated close range. He selects the little calendar box and he selects this Wednesday. He's like, awesome. So here's now, you know, with you together, I show you, here's how you create opportunities in Closeout. You know, you guys now are an active opportunity with a 70% likelihood of closing. It's a $10,000 annual deal, and it should be wrapped up all by Wednesday. And he clicks save, and the little editor box, you know, does the little like saving circle, and boom, it's like a green active opportunity. It says $10,000. It says time to close is this Wednesday and 70% likelihood of happening. He's like, now both you guys and I can work together to make this opportunity real, to close this deal and make this a success. Holy shit. When I saw that, I was just like, my smile was just grinning from one ear to another, because it was a beautiful example of how to be creative when you're actually selling your product. He used our product to sell them, on how to sell people, on selling them, you know, on an opportunity by selling them and sharing that in real time with them, you know, all under the title of giving your product demo. Right? Instead of just demoing all the features, instead of just going, oh, and here's the opportunity tab, you can click, you can set a confidence level, you can set an amount, and then you save it, and here's how it works, and doing that on kind of some generic, like, test account dummy. No, he went all creative and said, you know what, let me actually go to your Closeout page, the page that I use to have all the context around you, to work with you, and to actually close you as a deal. And then he took that opportunity page to have them qualify themselves and actually tell them how likely it is to close, and what the estimated time to close is, and the revenue amount, and the confidence level and all that, which was beautiful, right? And it engaged them at a whole different level. It demonstrated the product more powerfully, and it took them from, you're the customer or the prospect and I'm the sales guy, to let's work together to make this deal happen, right? I was super impressed and thought, holy shit, I've missed an opportunity to turn something that's mundane into something special in the sales process. Where else am I missing this? Where could I find areas in the product, areas in our sales pitch, areas in our email to get more creative and do things that stand out from the crowd? And that's the question that I want to leave you with today. Look at your product, look at your website, your company, your product, your email, your pitch, and ask yourself, stepping back a little bit, where are areas where it could be more creative? Where are areas where we could engage our customers on a much deeper level? Where are areas where we could just not show them here's how things are done, but actually take them behind the scenes and show them how we are doing business. So let's say you're an email, if you're an email newsletter product and company, how about showing them the back end of your business, showing them the next email newsletter that is going to go out to your customers, showing them your process, showing them behind the scenes, and actually getting them a lot more engaged, make it a lot more vivid. And in our case, obviously we have sales software, so showing people how to sell people with sales software and selling them in the process lends itself really well. Other software might be more difficult, but I guarantee you can be more creative. Take 5 minutes today and ask yourself if there's opportunities to tell stories, to show people behind the scenes, to turn things that are mundane into things that are really special and that will help you and your prospects make better decisions, actually work together, and at the end of the day, allow you to actually close more deals and make more sales.